In this video, I'm sharing my approach to performance coaching. In every session, I want to make you better, not just make you tired. This means building a foundation of improved movement skills, becoming technically better. Then you need to be able to tolerate that at higher levels of speed, strength, power, and endurance. But movement comes first, your quality, your habits. And habits are what make or break you as a fighter. They're everything. They're the instinctive, automatic movement motor patterns that you banked over the years, that you can trust to fire when you're under pressure, without thinking. And it's worth reminding you at this stage about Dr. Schmidt's classic statement on motor learning, and that it takes 300 to 500 repetitions to develop a new pattern, and it takes about 3,000 to 5,000 repetitions to rewrite or correct a bad movement pattern. So concentrate on getting it right and keeping it right, and you'll progress 10 times faster. You're making these habits all the time, every time you move. You're forming these motor learning engrams, causing physical and chemical changes and affecting how movements are stored and recalled from your brain. So there can be a curse with experience. Parts of a movement you've overlooked can now be bedded in with poor form. And it'll take some conscious effort to change that, more than it takes to learn it from scratch. If you're new to a type of training, you're learning something new, crafting a new engram, committing it to autopilot. Don't rush it. Reinforce every aspect of the technique or movement. Starting stance, any footwork involved, the attacking or defending technique itself, and then the return to balance and stance. Just because it externally looks right, it doesn't mean you're patterning the right muscles to make it happen. There can be a lot of waste, driving movements inefficiently. And this is where fundamental joint movements can be targeted in strength and conditioning sessions to correct your engrams. The thing is, it's easy for your body to unknowingly cheat a movement pattern when it's unloaded. But with intensity comes efficiency, or you simply can't complete the task. So loading movements teaches you how to move properly and reinforces strong, powerful, efficient engrams. If you're experienced, you've got the harder task of changing an engram that's already bedded in, which, as we've already discussed, takes 10 times longer than learning afresh. So here your session trains a corrected pattern, using various drills to rewrite an old, unuseful engram. I've personally always found this to be the part of training that set me apart from others. Not only being willing to drill something apparently simple over and over, but to be willing to accept that despite my experience, there were changes I needed to make, parts of a movement I've overlooked and inadvertently reinforced poor habits. And this, I believe, takes you further than your opponents and allows coaches to develop better fighters. Be willing to look at these opportunities and to put some work into them. For example, you may be proud of your round kick, but what do you do with that leg after you've landed the kick? Do you consistently return quickly and to a balanced stance? If not, work it. And stuff you're doing well needs practicing to keep it sharp and ready for instantaneous recall. Just make sure you reinforce good habits and not bad ones. For me, reinforcing the well-practiced stuff is best done as part of a finisher. Repeating tired, sloppy technique will reinforce just that. I only like fighters to drill technique under fatigue that they've got really stable engrams for. So I'd like you to consider this for your next training session. While you're fresh, just after the warm-up, make it your focus to either learn something new, drilling it carefully to begin building a new high-quality motor pattern habit or engram, or take something you currently want to change and drill the crap out of it in as many different ways with as many different drills as possible. Just make sure you're reinforcing what you do want and not what you don't. Then, regardless if you decided if your session was learning focused or change focused, finish by reinforcing what you're well practiced and stable at by way of a finisher, making sure you're targeting technique under fatigue rather than just effort. In this way, that session was productive, making you better rather than just another workout. Do this every time you train and see the difference you can make in just a couple of weeks, let alone months or years.